Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Trek, where I'll be talking about and reviewing an episode of the original series, The Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, or Enterprise. Today, I'm looking at What Are Little Girls Made Of, from the original series' first season. Or as I like to call it, that time Lurch was a lip-sync assassin. This episode was requested by Ed So. Thank you for the suggestion, and let's get going. We begin the episode approaching this planet where Chapel says he is still alive down there, although Kirk is doubtful, and geez, this shot is damaged to hell. Despite everyone but Chapel thinking Roger is dead, he gives Uhura a call. Dramatic zoom, and into the credits we go. Roger requests that Kirk beam down alone, which is weird, but he's delighted that Christine is there, so they both beam down. It's a frozen shithole of a planet, which they knew. What, couldn't throw on a jacket or something? But Roger isn't there, which is hella sus. Kirk orders some expendable red shirts to report for red shirt duty. This rock looks rude, and after sneaking around for an unhealthy amount of time, they come across Roger's assistant, but the rando red shirt falls into a bottomless pit. Oh hey Lurch!
Unfortunate. Terribly unfortunate.
Way to sound like a Bond villain, dude.
He's dead, I assure you.
Kirk calls the other rando and orders more red shirts, but he's grabbed before he can do anything. And this guy yaks for ages while he wanders them through the tunnels. Uh-oh, that can't be good. This is Andrea. Don't even think about it, Kirk. And finally, Roger shows up. So sure, make out, you crazy kids. When Kirk tries to call the red shirt again, Brown points a gun at him, and Andrea tries to attack him, but he gets the upper hand because she's a tiny woman. He shoots Brown and then gets grabbed by the big guy. Now who's the tiny woman? Oh, and Brown is a robot. Spock gets a call from Kirk, but not really, while the real Kirk is confused, and frankly so am I. But Ruck gets programmed to obey Christine and not hurt her, which I'm sure won't have any bearing on the plot. Roger says Ruck was from the people before, so Kirk runs for it and auditions for Dancing on Ice before somebody puts Kirky in the corner. Andrea talks to Christine, and she's giving me Bond girl vibes, but no, she's also an android who Roger is very proud of. Christine is salty. To prove Andrea isn't a sex bot, Roger has her kiss, then slap Kirk, which seems pointless. Sorry, I blinked. What the hell is this now? Oh god, Kirk's naked and spinny, which makes me want to hurl, so let's just skip to the part where Kirk is duplicated and Christine can't tell the difference. The last step is to duplicate his memories and thoughts, so Kirk takes a moment to insult Spock, and the duplication is complete.
I am now programmed to please you also.
Maybe she really is a sex bot. And over a weird-looking dinner, Kirk and Chapel chat about Roger and where her loyalties lie. But surprise, that's not the real Kirk. And the pair insult each other before the real Kirk tries to trick his duplicate, but it doesn't work. Roger says he can transfer someone completely to a robot body to achieve immortality, while Kirk fiddles with this rope that clearly isn't tying him down and holds Roger hostage, only to ditch Christine, which seems rude. Has a bird pooped on these rocks? Christine chases Ruck, who chases Kirk, who arms himself with a giant dildo, which Ruck uses to send him over the edge of the bottomless pit. Hang in there, buddy. Or don't. I don't really care. Ruck looks shifty and then rescues him, while android Kirk insults Spock on the ship, so he rallies a security team as Robo Kirk reports back to Roger. Regular Kirk does regular Kirk stuff by forcing this poor woman to make out with him despite her saying no, so Ruck shoves him and he rambles on to the middle distance. Ruck gets bored and uses Kirk as a rag doll before Roger insta-evaporates him, which makes what kind of sense? And after a brief scuffle, Roger is revealed to be a robot. Chapel seems the only one surprised. He says he transferred himself completely to an android body to save his life, while Andrea vaporizes Robo Kirk for no reason, so goes to tell Roger, and Kirk lectures him. Robo Roger starts malfunctioning, so Christine breaks up with him, which messes with Andrea's program, and they both vaporize themselves. It's been a long day for Nurse Chapel and her weird hair, as Spock comes to the rescue, and back on the ship, Spock questions Kirk about the weird-ass insult. Okay, this was a weird one. I read that the script was a hot mess, so I was expecting more of a total disaster. But all things considered, it just felt like a standard shaky season 1 episode. It's nice to see Nurse Chapel as a central character, even if it meant that we were missing almost all of the other main characters. But of course, Kirk had to do all the Kirk things, be topless, make out with a beautiful woman rather violently, and save the day, all things I'm bored of. I feel bad for Chapel as she spends 5 years holding on to the hope that her fiancé is still alive, despite everyone thinking he's dead, only to finally find him, only to discover he's gone kinda mad doctor, only to discover he's actually a robot. Rough day. The idea itself is okay. Roger's reason for transferring to a robot body is a good one, which should have been explored more, but it was glossed over rather quickly, which detracted from the idea of the episode, and makes him more wacky scientist than desperate man. There was a lot of random chatter in this episode which was kinda hard to follow. And I get that Kirk encouraged the androids feel beyond their programming, something that's explored a lot in Voyager, which is why they rebelled, but it was blitzed by so quickly that it kinda didn't mean anything. I think this is where the chaos with the script interfered with the story. They were good core components, but the connections between them were muddled, rushed, and confusing, ultimately wasting the potential of what could have been a decent episode. So there you have it. That was What a Little Girl's Made Of. If there's an episode of Star Trek you'd like me to cover, pop it down in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want to be assimilated into my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and live long and prosper.